Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at a modern animated favorite as we take a look at Bolt, starring the voices of John Travolta and Miley Cyrus. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering Bolt. This movie was released on November 17th, 2008. It was directed by Chris Williams and Byron Howard. The screenplay was done by Dan Fogelman and Chris Williams. The production company was Walt Disney Animation Studio, and it was distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. The budget for this movie was $150 million, and it did a box office return of $350 million. In terms of the production, in November of 2002, Chris Sanders and Dean DuBois signed a multi-picture deal with Walt Disney Studios. In November of 2003, the first picture was given the title of American Dog. The story focused on a dog named Henry, a famous dog who finds himself stranded in the American desert with a testy one-eyed cat and an oversized radioactive rabbit who are searching for new homes. They are doing this while they also believe that they are on television. In November of 2005, American Dog was slated for a 2008 release. However, after the acquisition of Pixar in the fall of 2006, John Lasseter was appointed Chief Creative Officer of Walt Disney Studios Animation. Lasseter, along with Ed Catmull, attended two screenings of American Dog and gave Sanders some notes on how to improve the movie. In December of 2006, however, Sanders was removed from the project, and by January of 2007, he had already joined DreamWorks Animation. Lasseter commented that the reason that Sanders was removed from the project is that he was resistant to any change that was to be made on the film. In February of 2007, Lasseter confirmed that the new directors would be Chris Williams and Byron Howard. The story was reworked with the rabbit being removed and the setting changed, and the animation team was told that then the project had to be completed within 18 months as to oppose the normal 4 years that it takes to make an animated film. In addition, actress Chloe Grace Moretz had recorded all of the dialogue for Penny, but after the change, she was replaced by Miley Cyrus. However, Moretz has remained credited as the voice of young Penny. On June 8th, 2007, Disney also announced that the film would be released in Disney Digital 3D. The score of the movie was composed by John Powell, and the soundtrack features two original songs. The first one, I Thought I Lost You, by John Travolta and Miley Cyrus, and Barking at the Moon by Rilo Kelly. So let's take a look at the cast. So we have John Travolta providing the voice of Bolt. Miley Cyrus provides the voice of Penny. Susie Essman provides the voice of Mittens. Mark Walton as the voice of Rhino. Malcolm McDowell as the voice of Dr. Calico. Diedrich Baker as the voice of the veteran cat. Greg Germain as the voice of the agent. James Lipton as the voice of the director. Randy Savage as the voice of the thug, and Gray Delisle as the voice of Penny's mother. So in terms of the plot, Bolt is an American white shepherd who has lived his whole life on the set of his action TV show where he believes he has superpowers. When he is separated from the studio by accident, he meets a female alley cat named Mittens and a hamster named Rhino. He is trying to find his way home to the studio. Along the way, though, he goes on an incredible journey and realizes that he doesn't have superpowers and that the show is not real. So this movie has some interesting trivia and legacy to it. So after the fourth week of release, the movie was paired with a cartoon short called Tokyo Mater, and that was added to kind of help increase the box office, as well as a short was created for the DVD release called Super Rhino, and that was added as a special feature. Disney Interactive Studios would make a video game based on the movie, and this was released on November of 2008 for Nintendo DS, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. as well as a separate game was released for mobile phones, and a third game called Rhino Ball was released on the App Store for Apple. The characters as well would appear in the Disney theme parks, as Bolt, Mittens, and Rhino would appear for photo ops with guests. So would I recommend this movie? I think this movie is often forgotten, as it's kind of right before the princess repeat of Tiana, Rapunzel, and Elsa and Anna. So I think this one often gets kind of forgotten about. The story is incredibly simple, I'll give you that, but it's mixed with some incredible humor. I like the humor from Rhino, it's one of the standouts, as well as the performance from John Travolta is outstanding as well. My only criticism is the Miley Cyrus performance is pretty generic. However, there is some very heartfelt moments, especially when Penny realizes that Bolt has been lost. So I definitely recommend this one. There is a lot of humor for adults, but it's also a heartfelt story for younger audiences as well. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment on what their favorite moment or what they thought of Bolt. And as we look forward to our next episode, we are going to be going back to our Planet of the Apes series as we take a look at Battle for the Planet of the Apes. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.